History and the legacy of the Newar community in Sikkim. The journey of Lakshmidas, Pradhan and early Newar settlers. The Newar are the indigenous inhabitants of the Kathmandu Valley in Nepal, and their name Newar is derived from the country's name Nepal. Although Newars are a small community in Sikkim, they have significantly contributed to ethnic politics and actively work to preserve and promote their language, culture, traditions and religion within the region. Sikkim remained relatively close to outsiders even after merging with India in 1975. Research on the Newar diaspora has been limited, and most studies focus on Newar communities within Nepal rather than those abroad. Among Newars in Darjeeling and Sikkim, it is commonly believed that some of their ancestors began migrating to these areas soon after Nepal's Gorkha conquest in 1769. Family history suggests that ancestors of Sikkimese Newars may have arrived during Nepal's consolidation under Gorkha King Prithvinaran Saha. However, this is debatable, as the Gorkhas did not enter southwestern Sikkim until the First Gorkha-Sikkim War of 1788-1789. After the Anglo-Gorkha Treaty of Sugauli in 1815, they were made to evacuate Sikkim. One prominent Newar, Lakshmidas Pradhan or Kasaju from Bhaktapur, is thought to have paved the way for more Newar migration to Sikkim. Various accounts suggest that Lakshmidas fled Nepal after the Kot massacre of 1846, while others believe he left much earlier. Historians say he and his family had moved to Kathmandu from Bhaktapur and were engaged in business when they left. Initially, Lakshmidas traded gundruk or fermented grains in Darjeeling, in a place still known as Gundri Bazar, Darjeeling. He later became a successful businessman there. On February 1, 1835, the British East India Company took over Darjeeling, ending Sikkimese control over the area. The British appointed Lakshmidas as the first municipal commissioner of Darjeeling, and in 1850, he and his brother Chandravir arrived in Sumbuk, Sikkim. Lakshmidas and his uncle Kesav Narayan settled in Darjeeling in 1853 and moved to Sikkim in 1867 to work in copper mining. Some Newars believe that the Sikkimese king invited Lakshmidas to help with land revenue collection due to his success in Darjeeling. Following a treaty signed in 1861 between the British and Sikkimese authorities, British officials encouraged Nepalese settlers in Sikkim. Despite oppositions from some ministers, lamas and the Maharaj Sikkim Nyamgal, Lakshmidas received a land lease in 1867 from the Lama Sahib of Phodong and the Raja of Sikkim. The lease was later reaffirmed by pro-immigration leaders Khansa Devan and Phongdong Lama, allowing Lakshmidas, Chandravir, Jitman and Lambodar to hold lands in exchange for payments to the Raja and Lama. The Newar settlers were permitted to enforce Nepalese legal custom, except in murder cases. They introduced new technologies and crops in Sikkim's agricultural sector. As his responsibilities grew, Lakshmidas invited his brother, Kansa Chandravir Pradhan or Kasaju, to assist him. Known for his wrestling strength, Chandravir enforced rules and collected revenues, making him a key figure among Nepalese settlers. Lakshmidas encouraged hundreds of Nepalese to settle in Sikkim, including Muggars and Newars from Bhaktapur. By the 1870s, the Newar population was well established, with copper mining added to their responsibilities. In 1872, tensions arose between Lakshmidas and Lasokazi, the Sikkim Vakil, as the Sikkimese court remained divided on the issues of Nepalese migration. Lakshmidas' exact birth and date dates are unclear, but his son Lambodar became a prominent landowner and received the title Rai Sahib from the British. Sikkim's economy also benefited from the influence of Nepalese currency, requested by the traders in 1849. Later, in 1881, the Bengal government authorized Sikkim to mint its own coins, and Lakshmidas led this initiative. He introduced the first Sikkimese coins in 1883, but minting operations ceased in 1887. The British awarded Lakshmidas the title of Pradhan in 1913, and he later petitioned for all Newars in Sikkim to adopt Pradhan as a family name to prevent caste division. Many historians believe he advised the exchange to protect Sikkimese Newar from persecution following the Kot massacre, ensuring their survival by concealing their true identities. Thank you.